That is definitely destroyed. Welcome back to the garage. Today we have a special project, this Best Choice Jeep 12-volt ride-on that had a little bit of a flat tire incident. Long story short, this tire right here is not salvageable. I'll be able to tell that is definitely destroyed. Originally, we tried searching on the internet as well as contacting Best Choice Products for a replacement tire, and we had no luck whatsoever. I searched through eBay, I looked at a couple other different sites, including Amazon, for a replacement one of these. Again, no luck, but I did stumble across one solution I wanted to try. What I did find on Amazon are these rubber replacement tires where it's an actual rubber on the outside. It's got the bearings on the inside and outside. Of course, I don't know if they're the correct bearings for this application, but nonetheless, I thought I'd give these a shot. The overall diameter of these tires is roughly 11 inches. It comes in a pack of 2. It has bearings on both sides. Comes with hub adapters. These go into the gearbox. These will go on here like so with mounting screws. While the diameter of these tires are clearly a little bit larger than the stock ones, I think it'll be alright. Should provide a much nicer ride in the back, and worst case I can always get some of these for the front. I'll be using a 13mm socket with ratchet to remove whatever is left of this. Maybe. Turns out I'll have to pop this wheel cover off. And then I'm going to use my ratchet and 13mm socket on this side and hold that into place while I use this 13mm gear wrench and try taking the nut off from this side. Well, the opposite side's coming loose. I guess that's the start. Here's the opposite side tire. With one side loose, I think all I need to do is just pull this axle entirely out, making sure I still support the motor somehow. There we go. Yep, that'll work. Oh boy. I don't know if you caught that, but I think this axle might be a little bit on the bent side. I did try putting it together with the new wheels, just kind of mocked it up and ran it, and unfortunately the wheel on this side just kind of wobbles, and I don't think that's going to be good enough. So I'm going to try to look online myself to see if something like this even exists. It's basically a axle that's got threads on the end. Just for the fun of it, I did pull out the axle assembly out of this, and due to the width of the rear, it would work, but then it would put the rear tires super wide and ultimately would make the Jeep a little bit on the goofy side. So I'm gonna try my luck with finding another replacement one of these or do something. Okay, about 2 days later, I did try going back on the internet searching for a replacement rear axle with the threaded ends, and yeah, as expected, I didn't have any luck. However, a little bit of research and a little bit of searching on, you guessed it, Amazon, I think I may have found a solution. The rear axle diameter is roughly 15-30 seconds, which equates to about 466 thousandths, or close enough to 12 millimeter. What also happens to be 12 millimeter is the steel shaft that they kind of use as a rail for 3D printers. So what I bought was a 12 millimeter by 700 millimeter steel shaft that's used for the rails when they do the 3D printing. And I also got some 12 millimeter shaft collars. So my thought is I'm going to use these, and I'm going to use this 12 millimeter rail, have it go through here, put the motors back on, the gearboxes, put the wheels back on, and then these will help keep the wheels in place, a little bit of Loctite. Worst case, I might have to cut a couple inches off of the rail, but hopefully this is the solution. Alright, so I got my collar on the other side, hung it about from here, and this is basically the excess length I have. Due to the different sizes that they offered on Amazon, this was kind of the best I can come up with, so I'm not surprised I have to do a little bit of cutting. So I'll just kind of get the rest of this mocked up real quick. As you'll probably notice, just like with the Outlaw Mustang, sometimes these collars are a little hard to get to. My fix, if you will, is I'll just run two of them. One is kind of a spacer, and the other I will legit tighten down with some Loctite. But what I'm going to do is I'll cut it, and then I'm going to take it all apart, and I'll measure it one more time just for you folks at home. So if you ever run into this situation where you have to replace the axle on a Best Choice Products Jeep, you can do similar to what I did, or maybe you can get lucky and find something that's near the same length. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I came back from my field trip. I got this to the right length I want. Let's see if I can get it closer. So I end up using a cutoff wheel and then a belt sander to smooth out the end here, as well as put a little bit of a chamfer. My final length, in case you are all curious, my final length, let's see, I'm at about 25 1/8. I went just a smidge longer, just in case I want to run some washers in between the bearing and the collar. And honestly, a little longer is not going to hurt anything, so it'll be fine. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get my one wheel installed. Just kind of have that ready to go. Put my two collars on. Initially, I'm going to just kind of get everything together, and then I'll take these outside collars off. I'll put some Loctite in them. I will say, as I'm putting this together, that the 12 millimeter rail that I bought, that's normally used for 3D printers, for this type of stuff, really seems like the way to go. The fit of it in general with the bearings is nice and tight, versus If I were to use the stock axle, it was actually a little bit on the loose side when the bearings slid onto that. So maybe this is a good thing. Perfect. So just make sure everything's nice and tight. All right, I got my thread locker blue, and I got my hardware. There we go. Oop, dripping on the floor already. You don't need a ton, you just need enough. That's probably a bit much, but it's fine. Get her started. Get slid on. There we go. Make sure everything's still nice and tight. It is. That's on there. Thread locker will do its thing in 24 hours. That looks pretty good. I'm really digging the way this thing looks. Let's throw a little power on it. Oh yeah. Earlier this morning I went ahead and charged the battery, so we're at a nice 12.8 volts. So let's start with forward. Excellent. All right, and then reverse. Very nice. No more wobble. Nice and straight. And the nice thing is, this tire has a little bit of give and cushion, so it shouldn't be quite as hard on certain surfaces, I hope. And it has a nice traction pattern versus the stock plastic one. I almost kind of wish I would have got another set for the front. Well, I can confidently say that this Best Choice Products Jeep is ready for its next adventure. As we come to a wrap, please like and subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, and be sure to check out the website www.reviveriderace.com to learn more. In the meantime, fix it, charge it, send it.